We got the Uka in the hookah. It's moss, etheric. We got Baby Yoda. I don't know how to work this jump. But like I said, we got the Uka in the hookah. Woo. And today, we're talking about, you see the title, Jupiter and Gemini. I got Jupiter in my 10th house opposing my Jupiter in the 4th house. So we got the detriment opposing my detriment opposing my 1, Jupiter being at home in Sagittarius, and 2, Jupiter being in his exaltation. But we have the detriment also being in the house that it falls in. So as I mentioned on a live on YouTube, go check that out. The houses, it's like the house lords, but I implemented this system where, so Jupiter is in detriment in Gemini. So you're going to be using your 4th house, your exaltation, your roots, your tradition, your family beliefs, and what you're grounded in, and the roots, you know what I'm saying? Go back to the real, breaking up the dirt surrounding the roots and the tradition. Then you have the it's home, travel, so get some travel, get some expansion, get some wisdom about you as far as relating your philosophical, not necessarily points of views, but the angles and directions, you know what I'm saying? That's the more of the how, the Virgo square, you know what I'm saying? Where you're mapping your points, where you're setting markers, where you're, you know, basically gonna initiate that way of using your environment, or allowing your environment to use you, to where you make landmarks and things of that nature as far as Sagittarius and into the Capricorn. So utilizing that home, and like I just combined that Capricorn energy with that 10th house. Hold on, let me put my hat. But yeah, it might be cliche, but we should all have our cliche moments for real, and not get too gullible with our whatever you're compromising or having pleasure in thinking and communicating, talking about, or Jupiter or Mercury, thinking, communicating, externalizing, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of that, up in the chair, because we talk about Mercury, you know what I'm saying? Mercurial energy, real mercurial up in here. But yeah, Mercury and Gemini, thinking and rationalizing in our brain. So you're rationalizing. This is of course, the first decan of Gemini, so it's at home here. So it's exalted in Virgo, but thinking and rationalizing in your mind. On the Virgo end, you're rationalizing how something works when you're receiving these ideas from the external, which you're seeing the details, the devil inside of the details. You're rather externalizing, questioning, being curious, being inquisitive, not just having your own fixed mentality, or initiating balance and communication, conversations are conversing relationships and Venus energy, and having your own mentality is innovating and changing and rebelling and opposing against something. And so Mercurial is fast, is witty, is transferring information from the heavens to the below, you know what I'm saying? But today is for me, for those of you who don't know me, my background story is I was in high school. I joined the military to get, you know what I'm saying, out from the small town, you know what I'm saying. So the theme of this, the key theme we're going to be seeing is my actions are going to be in the narrative of escapism. You know, understand, like everyone's got to escape from their home in some way, shape, or form, or fashion, but it's the way that you do it. Whether you're escaping, or you're on the hunt, or you're running towards something, and what you're running towards can be something that you think the grass is greener on the opposite side about, and it's easier, but you're not watering it because you're not there to water it. So therefore, it's not in the something that you're familiar with. Is what you're unfamiliar with. So what you're undoing about going into those destinations. So that's the thing, because my Cancer sun is in the last decan, which is ruled by Neptune in the Cancerian decan chart. Hold on. Are you in there for good? She was down in the basement by that little window under the basement. Just sitting there. Look at her. She knows I'm close. Time flies. I swear, it was just like I just had a buzz cut. No facial stash, just on here angry, looking crazy, trying to go fight and do PT and shit and drop some spiritual gems from what I've seen by leaders and things of that nature. But yeah. So in Neptune, there's a delusion that I was escaping out of. It's like one of those things. My mom was a hover parent, so back to that. I got a $2,000 trombone that I didn't communicate enough because, you know what I'm saying, Jalen, that's my government name, Jalen, and Jalen was the Aquarius moon. I'm an Aquarius moon, so he got wrapped up so much into that detachment, alien energy, that all my actions were just geared towards the escapism without the emotional intelligence or the direction of the water, of where I'm pouring this water at. So I went into the Marines under an admin job I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? You would think for a Virgo ascendant that'd be cool. So I got to boot camp. I didn't take it seriously. I wasn't fighting for my country. I didn't want to get all big and buff, get muscled up. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that'd be a better outlet as well versus going to college and being distracted. You know what I'm saying? But that's a blessing in disguise. Otherwise, I have all this tax debt. So I went to the Marines, went to boot camp, didn't take it seriously. Like, this neurodivergent energy, this ADHD, it's so much undiagnosed and misdiagnosis that in my family, and not just my other people's family, that, like, I was saluting with the left-handed, so they just made me the house mouse. The drill instructor just took me under their wing, and I would be, like, coddled to a degree. So the discipline didn't break me, it didn't phase me, it didn't make me. I was still going to be having escapism. I was still going to feel just more entitled and more arrogant. So once I got to the fleet, you know what I'm saying, that's the basis and all that, the military bases in California. I was going up the rank. I keep shooting these freaking animals off. So from there, there's PFC, low rank. PFC Saint's last name, you know, you go by your last name, your government, you know what I'm saying, that's what your golem that starts to be built is, created as. Shout out my cousin Andre, ASC all day, go check him out in Nashville, Tennessee. He's working the stadiums, working a lot of the digital, managing a lot of the digital production that goes on there and the events, and he knows of good programs. So PFC Saint was motivated. I was a personality hire. I was real motivated. I was screaming, you know, on the oorah kill hat. You see, that was me. That was me getting muscle, being excited, because, you know, that's the way for me to be in the delusion, create a golem, the healthy delusion about that way to get through. Got promoted. Got this term called skaters. Skaters when you just get out of work. So I was heavy skater, watching back, observing everyone. So I had, like, went to arms room. That's where we keep the weapons and stuff like that. You can do side billets. Like, that's where you start doing McMap courses, get your brown belt, start doing color guard, people that hold the flag at, you know what I'm saying, not just people that hold the flag, but, you know, the people that hold the flags at the football games, stadiums, things of that nature. Then I was skating, then I was corporal saying I got a little bit of responsibility. Didn't want to take care of that responsibility, was shy away from that. So it was kind of like close to getting out of the Marines. You know, I wasn't taking responsibility for my paperwork, so my options were limited as far as the career path that I should go on. I think Jupiter was in Sagittarius at that time. Definitely makes sense, because I had no means and reason to expand my means and reasons. I was still Christian, indoctrinated up. Then I got out, went to the Army, specialist saying. That didn't make it no better. So basically, you can see, you know what I'm saying, I got shit from the Marines, but I became a Rose. The more power I got, the more entitled escapism I got. So the petals started to fall, you know what I'm saying? Then it got scorched by the sun, but then the rain came during like COVID. It was a flood, and especially same when I was in the army. A lot of friends fell away. Too lenient with things of that nature. It was like not discipline at all. So lost discipline, but I still had that ego and that arrogance, right? So then I got into astrology, very much deep, heavy into astrology, digging. Hive-minded, found leader, obsessed over leader. You know what I'm saying? Started entering a relationship along that time. So entering a relationship, romantic, partnership, companionship, twin flame that will go forever. Revealing my shadow self, at the same time learning the knowledge and the tools, but not really accurately applying the tools, looking at my house chart, just escaping into that energy. Then came esoteric energy, you know what I'm saying, was in the energy, and the vibes was in Hawaii, doing the clubhouse, traveling abroad, stimulating the mind, having experiences on the big islands, like vacation vibes and things of that nature, getting out in the workforce, things of that nature, but not really linking up with like-minded individuals as far as the spiritual path or helping the community, you know, being aware of conscious community and the magic squares that they play on people, where you think you're assisting, like in the soup kitchen, but really they take the non-profit, they say the non-profit, so they take the profits to do something shiesty with it. So what even is the point? So then you get psyched out of that, or me personally did, went to subconscious mind, then esoteric soji, teaching. I'm able to teach the things I learned from my astrology experiences, from the meanings and wisdoms that I went through, as far as finding locations, find a place to be at home, being homeless, coming together stronger, building stronger bonds, so integrating that shadow self more so. But in the beginning, like during COVID, when you see your shadow self, you're deconstructing karmic ties, things of that nature, had motivate that happen. And then we have the Soji teaching, you know what I'm saying, expanding all this content on TikToks, YouTube, different platforms, starting my YouTube channel, Facebook, in the Facebook market, where you can start getting monetized, making money, things of that nature, always having these aspirations. I got a detriment in the 11th house, so it's like I've done this before, but I was always been chasing that clout here, even present the con, like chasing clout when you see, because we're all chasing clout, making these faces, but spirituality is dying down. So it's like, this is gonna be your coffin, this is gonna be the nail in the coffin when they pull the wolves from under our feet, because they're not making money based off of some of the content. So they got YouTubers being rappers, and rappers being YouTubers, and going to streamers and Twitch and gaming systems and things like that now. So now you got Moss. My purpose is to be at home. I love raising these babies, you know what I'm saying? I noticed like a split when I'm questioning my beliefs, because before, its babies are in the other room, my altar, my spirituality is separate here in my space, but it's integrating, you know what I'm saying? Integrating, charging my crystals and my intentions towards my babies, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been on vacation for a week, and my allowing me time to think. Like, when you go to the gym and you got a busy schedule, you feel like gymming is your personality and it takes up your whole life. But really, gymming is just like an hour of my time. Then there's a void. Then there's like some journaling. But really, your family, the people that mirror you, your twin flames, is where you see your image, you see your manifestations, you see the things that you put out into the world, you see the things that are being built subconsciously by your spirit team, that the energies are just attracting to the energy that you're putting out, the energy that you're calling, or if you're lost, or if you're looking for help, or if you're praying on your knees, things of that nature. All is all subjective, you know what I'm saying? But objectively, you're attracting these energies via whether you're doing witchcraft or not. Spirits are spaces, and spaces develop and accumulate into minds, and you can use this grinder, and it's just a space, right? And then you working with the grinder, and it becomes a habit, so it develops into a mind. So I had that time to think about that, Jupiter and Gemini, and with Lilith in my 10th house, and it's just like, the internet is fake. I don't really have merch because my North Node is in the 3rd house, so we are going to be expanding once Uranus starts to begin, make its way into Gemini for a long period of time, and the summer slow down with Mars entering Taurus. but we got this Gemini energy. Just a lot of thinking about community and relating to others and investing in the soup kitchens and like helping the community, and even like investing in different buildings and stocks and putting your money where your mouth is type shit, because this internet shit is going on for so long. That's why you have people having websites and merch. And me personally, like, I'm just lazy. I ain't gonna hold you. Lazy. I feel like I can't do it. The online website and the things like that. I got 2 babies. This is my purpose. Like, I thought I idealized it, and then I realized like this, how I am, who I am, this shit ain't fucking normal. Cause I'm a proud fucking baba. I love my kids. My kids love me. I'm developing their minds. They're motherfucking smart and talented. And it's like in this recess period, sitting down in a small town, like getting around like-minded individuals, even as far as like different parents and different parenting tactics and different schools, systems with Jupiter and Gemini, expanding, questioning my beliefs and things of that nature. But this, the status, this is who I am. Just so you all guys, you always know, you don't see me always online and shit like that, or whether I'm on YouTube. That's who I was when I was in the military. I was a soldier. I was a Marine. I couldn't get away from that. I couldn't escape from that. I wore that uniform. I did that stuff. I used those leadership tactics. I used those military programs, those militant programs, those militant-minded programs, escapism, heavy emphasis and reliance on my south node of Taurus, but getting more into depth. Like, I'm a stay-at-home dad. And that's what I'm just here, just to journal about, like, these things that I'm expanding on. Like, not even just being the lower octave of expanding with Jupiter, being the lower octave Neptune. I'm supposed to be expanding my home, expanding my children's consciousness, awareness, subconsciousness, awareness. Like Sagittarius in the 4th house, I'm in the chaotic home, chaotic environment. It needs some structure. It needs some adding a meaning and reason to some of the things that are out of order due to that square of my Virgo and my ascendant. So that's my status, putting it out there. I don't know if you guys see that or not. I have my babies doing yoga. I have them with my daughter. She's always with me doing the lives, and like I put that first above this, because like it's when I get the time to myself separate like this that, you know, it can feel like it's taking up some time. But in the immediate environment, in the immediate video that I made about unpacking the baggage from relationship via coming back from vacation and taking that stuff out, like, this is my purpose for real, expanding that. I'm gonna have look up for these videos coming out on the Sunday, Moon Day relaxation, reflecting on your intentions from Sunday, Mars Day, taking passionate actions towards your motivations and desires, and then talking about it on Wednesday, Mercury Day, thinking about it, how you can add to that, and then Thursday, experiencing those ideas, placing, just going out and experiencing how you're attracting those ideas, and the Friday, Venus Day, and the Saturday, restriction and boundaries in your Ramadan. So I'm gonna start implementing that towards your kids. You know what I'm saying? You got any fire sign babies? Drop a comment below. You got any air signs? You got any water signs? You got any earth sign babies? Drop the comment down below. And even drop how is your parents? You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to show the way that you're parenting your fire sign babies. Have a routine, have a development, have a plan for each day for the energies. In some way, it ain't going to line. It ain't always going to line. Because you think we're affected just by the moons and emotions. I'm a Cancer sun, so I can tell you, these babies out here, like, we're stepping into the 5D planetary Earth, and you think like the next generation like isn't already in that space and time? Like, they're like, you're a planet, we're planets, we're slowing down, we have sides, you know what I'm saying? It's more responsibility, but they're moons. They don't have many worries. They got emotions. They go through the phases. They go through the reflection of the bigger body of water that's there. So when they go through their phases, that is what your inner world is seeing. You're seeing what your children are seeing, the tantrums, the curiosity, how you react and responding. But when the moon is a new moon and they're asleep, planets just be playing type shit. So I just want to get on here and speak on that while I journal about, you know what I'm saying, manifesting. Sometimes you journaling, what I'm learning with Jupiter and Gemini, my left ear is ringing. I'm getting a message from spirit guides externally. Is it right ear is internally and left ear is externally changing the vibe? I think that's what it is. But we're gonna send a message back. But yeah, I'm owning up to that Lilith aspect too. Lilith is about assertiveness and misunderstandings, especially in Gemini. So misunderstanding the two sides, like which side am I right now? I might be thinking I'm doing the left brain side of Gemini, but it'd be the right brain, and then the right brain look like my ascendant, what I'm personally giving off. But the right side of Gemini might be the left side. So it's like I could be manipulative and I could guile people with my status, and that's more what I'm identifying with my thoughts, because my North Node is in Scorpio, either in like the first decan, so like the genuine plutonic Scorpio, right, in the third house. So that's my North Node energy. So that's my status, and that's where we're questioning our beliefs and expanding and experiencing it, seeing if that's recognizing and chatting with these ideas in my mind, but seeing these energies are valid, but aka opening up the throat chakra and putting that energy out there that should have already been out there, but utilizing this time to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting here journaling about that while I'm sipping on this hookah, and like y'all just drop your comments down below. If you tune in, I'm gonna say hey and stop and do that, but. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucking lost, the internet's motherfucking fake. I love my motherfucking family. I'm burning shit down behind them with my throat chakra, flooding y'all niggas. Cancer, sun, the flood. Get on this motherfucking ark and get on this boat. For real, before they shut this shit down. We had the internet scare, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's gonna act like it's gonna go back to normal because it's the summer slowdown. It's in Taurus, so you know it's gonna be some fixed witchcraft on your desires, on your motives, and things of that nature. And so Mars is gonna be in Taurus, the daytime of Aries. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be slow, and then you got Uranus that's already fallen in Taurus. So the South Node version. The yin nighttime version of Mars, Scorpio, is falling here. It's asleep. It doesn't want to participate, but it's been here for a minute, so we have time to analyze it. But now with this Jupiter in detriment in the air sign, now we see, okay, we have mutable fire in the detriment space, Jupiter, the depositor, in the detriment space in Gemini, and we got Uranus fixed. Uranus, the depositor of Aquarius, fixed air, like still in Taurus in the third decan, but it's in Saturn, so it's gonna be more restrictions and boundaries on the way you're innovating and the way that you're setting these boundaries. And of course, for me, for example, Uranus is in Taurus in my ninth house, it with conjoining my South Node. So you see where I'm going with this? The energy is there. The energy is there from past experiences. But the witchcraft that's going to be coming with the Mars in Taurus, due to, like I said, the yin realm of Mars and the yang realm of Mars in Aries, and Aries is in the North Node. Chiron's in the North Node. So the mistakes that you're making in your spirituality towards your North Node might be on the slow burn due to Mars being in Taurus, and then on the first decan being in the very Venetian nature of Taurus at that. So you got that passionate, freaking kinky ass, freaking tied up dominatrix type, you feel me? Towards your desires, your goals, the things that you have, and making them look more like the weekendish, you know what I'm saying? Aquarius nature, Pluto in Aquarius, Uranus in Taurus. So yeah, let me get writing these things down. Oh, and what I'm writing down is journaling is really good. I used to be like kind of iffy on what. So it goes like this: what you manifesting, this will not happen. All the universe hears this. This will happen. Because knot, it's like they're tying a knot. You're already binding something. You're binding something. And when you put a knot in the water hose, it cuts off the flow. So you're cutting off your manifestation of what you don't want to happen. And you're just like highlighting. You're just like that white strip. You're white stripping out the knot part. And so I will not crash today. I will crash today. So it's like the same thing with your negative energy. Transmuting that, all the things that I'm saying, like I am I am not motivated enough to get this merch out, to get this shirts out, because I'm not participating actively in the community, and I'm just not motivated to do it, to get online. Lazy or self-criticizing myself as much as it may seem. That it is what it is. But I know it'll get to it eventually. It'll come around circle when the time comes around to it, for the motivation for me to have that time on my hands starting that business. And my purpose is Ricky too. So I can carry that outside the house and have my office space and have people come in and have all my spirituality in spaces. And what I'm expanding on, it's already expanded, fulfilled tenfold, due to it being detriment, my Jupiter having to work that much harder and not just be so lucky and entitled and exalted, burning out in the home, burning out the experiences, and going too far, and burning out, crashing and burning type energy, but still phoenixing out of that ash. You know what I'm saying? Third house going into fourth house, Jupiter exalted in my fourth house and at home here, and then Jupiter at detriment, and then fall in the 10th house and things of that nature. So, right. So when you're writing down all your negative attributes, I am not good enough for this, I am not good enough for that. All the universe isn't seeing what you're not good at. It's seeing I am good at this, so you're still manifesting. So that's what we're getting into, type shit. So. Yeah, I'm just writing. As long as you don't mind me blowing like the hookah out that way.
She's always around your mom who smokes cigarettes.
Okay.
And this is cigarettes and weed, right?
Yeah. Okay. Take a nap then, baby. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You can close the door if you want, because Monique. But yeah, for real. But yeah, I know exactly how you feel, Emma. Baby, I'm talking to you. That's why it doesn't bother me. I feel like I should share it with you because it'll help you feel like how you hate your life and this one's supposed to be it and none of that. Like, it's literally how I felt, not just in the Army because I just knew I was too good and they were undisciplined, but in the Marines when people tell you every day like you're overall an awesome human being. It's just you freaking suck at this work and this computer shit. And you know me, I take that shit personal. And they say you shouldn't, but I still do, even being late to work and stuff. So I was really living that lie, but it was before. And it's like how you all this time you would talk about your dad and stuff, but it could have been your mom. And like I know how that feels to be like, you don't want to be like you're blaming, but it's the only direction that you can point to because if it wasn't for that, you know, you were young making that decision, then my life would have been completely different. But I mean, I do still appreciate it over college because I was like, I would have been distracted and I didn't want to waste, you know, and I really would have been in debt with my mom then. You know how that go. So, yeah. I felt like that every day. I was like, I freaking hate it. I wasn't supposed to be in this job. And then I escape and be a narc and stuff like that. Like how when we first had Linux and stuff like that. Like really projecting, like or reflecting or mirroring that trauma off of each other and stuff. So I just want to say that. But yeah. Can you stop shaking the live like you was a freaking win, baby girl? What's going on, right? We just here journaling, talking about the stars. You see me, I'm gonna keep talking Jupiter and Gemini. Reminder, I have Jupiter in the 10th house, so in detriment in Gemini and in fall in my 10th house, my status and career. But it's really unconventional because I'm a stay-at-home dad, and it's unconventional because I go to the gym. And it's unconventional because I go to the gym and still like taking care of myself. Still got my abs, but I still love my kids. But they disappear every now and again for a season when I'm really putting in the effort. And just like pushing in my beliefs whole time of expanding like spirituality of my home. Even when you're going through that spiritual higher octave Jupiter, you can expand and try to think you know everything via your experiences, but you haven't had your experiences. And that's the thing that keeps changing. It keeps being mutable and unconventional for me as a way of thinking and sharing ideas with others. So being very like social, and as a moon sign, in the 6th house, like myself personally, it's just the unveiling of my status. And I'm like, man, fuck the internet. High key though. Like, fuck it, but I'm using it like a bitch. I'm using it to get the message out, to transfer these messages, because if I be damned if I leave this motherfucker here and my face, or the face of this avatar of this vessel that is being portrayed right now, what the messages is and the languages and the frequencies and vibrations that have accumulated up here, so that you can see or hear or come across a channel or click or be out there in the algorithm or be out there in the space, so that when that's left behind, people can shout out these names, these columns, but not be shouting me out. I'll be in a whole nother realm and spectrum of life or death, even for real. And just like my whole thing is, I have my sun sign is sextiling my south node, but it's trining my north node. And my ascendant, my personal experiences, is trining my south node and sextiling my north node. So it's like opportunities to be emotionally authentic with my past, my karmic ties, nurturing a home, family, valuing the things that I have through my spiritual experiences, and expanding and being a hoarder of knowledge, a hoarder of information in the 9th house, and your Uranus being there, breaking free naturally of that. Because naturally it's an empty house. Naturally it's like my MC is there, but like an empty house in the south node is like I fulfilled that space of that south node. So it's pieces of that karmic tie that I'm missing out of, but pieces that I have cleared before I got here. So it's like that gift, that trying to my personal experiences is a way that is harmonious and is in alignment with my karmic. And I'm a life path 8, but then my sun is trining, the north node. So the actions that I'm taking in a delusion with Neptune in the 3rd decan of my Cancerian sun, Mercury, and Venus in detriment, right? And so it's like it's in detriment, but the detriment part is making it work harder, making it gain more wisdom, gain more strength, gain more muscle, working out muscles over and over again. Even if my communication is underwater, even my appreciation is memory, the past. You know what I'm saying? Like that sextile, the opportunities for those to have value and resources to expand upon, or to, actions speak louder than words, but one action is worth far more than that. And then that goes into the 10th house with Lilith, where I'm going to see the unconventionality of that and use that sexual assertive, with Gemini being not Gemini, but Lilith being a gaslit nature, aka, man's mind said this feminine energy is deviant because it's not following under suit. So you gonna gaslight the universe, and that's why the universe it's the way it is now. The universe is a snake-like being. So of course it's gonna feel like, it ain't gonna be like, it's gonna be like subtle. It's real slick about itself, but it's a dragon eating its own tail, so it's trying to accumulate itself and have ringing on itself to like with this knowledge, like doing that. And my North Node being the Draco being a part of that too, but with the sextile to my personal experiences, I could personally play detective work and do that within myself, but also that within others. You know what I'm saying? Like others, astrology is, and I have key, like shout out to Cam White, like 3rd house, Pluto, Sagittarius, Jupiter, 7th house, Saturn, and 3rd, 7th, the relationship houses, 11th house, Sun, Mercury, Venus. Sometimes I spend time in the upper world and the underworld because fixed star Castor is there, type energy. So that's why I'm just out here opening my throat chakra up about, about my status, unconventionality. It's unconventional to be on TikTok or for Instagram, but really it's not on TikTok. TikTok is like microwave food, so it's microwave parenting, but it's not like, I don't know. Maybe I just need to be more on that side, but also they don't show you that in your algorithms, and they don't have the views on your account right, so you're not attracting the right energy. That's why I say it's bullshit. Bullshit. Basically doing this shit for fun. Be chasing that clout, getting those numbers up. 4K on Instagram. 4K of people that we don't even fucking know, like auditing my followers and shit to maybe attract the right audience. Not even that. Like, they got the game sold up. That's what they don't tell you when you start getting bigger numbers and shit. Like, if you start trying to narrow it down, or you don't have direct niche enough into a box, or you got people that come from different spaces that just follow you and they're not even on Instagram, they're also living real life. It's like, imagine meeting other people in real life that aren't as active, but you got 4K, 2K. Numbers is a valuable amount of people. You know what I'm saying? Even 3 people, valuable amount of people. Look at everyone in this life. So we're talking about Jupiter and Gemini, and the 10,000, my status and reputation, utilizing the other houses. Like, this is my purpose. This is my soul purpose, and expanding transformation, unconventional ways of thinking towards raising my kids and towards, you know what I'm saying, setting up shop after my Saturn return and take care of all this energy for. I really appreciate it. I really love it. I really value it. I'm really feeling like this, the calling, this the wake up. Really feeling like these transits are positive aspects. Really speaking on life, speaking on value, speaking on travel, speaking on thoughts, speaking on ideas, speaking on, even though it's in detriment, like, it's gonna be real fast paced. Things are really gonna start to speed up. Jupiter's gonna go retrograde. Everyone could be looking back on the detriment spaces. Mercury, planets and superstelliums. Mars is slowing down, but that don't mean we slow up here. Mars, practical motivation, all things that make sense is grounded, making money. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, and that's when the Masons gonna be doing their witchcraft and everything of that nature. So shout out Uriel, you know what I'm saying, getting Masons those wrenches, getting new Jesuits those wrenches, and incorporating them, because they're gonna start doing their witchcraft. And so this is what they're gonna be doing, start like out your spiritual, or you can come participate in this energy, because just look back on the last Mars and Taurus energy. trying to eat something you ain't got no business. I see you. Trying to chew on something you got no business. Trying to chew on something you got no business in. You good, mama? I embrace my inner child. My name is Jalen. I'm not perfect. I do because I do be losing my patience with these kids a lot of times. Not as spiritual things behind closed doors weren't as they seem. A lot of topics that were catching on clout to the algorithms back in those times weren't matching up with what I was personally investing into. A lot of relationships I wasn't a delusion, not just relationships, but your relationships with people, places, and things. That's why I got Saturn and Pisces. And I'm gonna be reaping what I sow. And while reaping what I fucking deserve, it's motherfucking people that's delusional about me. That gonna ride for me. That when they express an emotion, I've hurt them because of a delusion that they had about me being upstanding, and even letting people down. Like in the church, my father always brought you up. How you think these people look at you behind closed doors? Because my mom was two-faced, so he always thought he had to do that energy with me. I ain't give a fuck. I'm adaptable. I'm original. I'm authentic. I'm on the opposite side, all the way with the moon Aquarius. What? Huh? That's what I was gonna say. I was like, you gonna say you can call me and wrap me up anytime. But yeah, I do not get away with perfect shit. I be looking at people's TikTok numbers and shit, like fucking hating that shit. Like, how you get views? I'm not attracting the people that I need to attract if y'all ain't giving me the views. Even on 3 different accounts with the same content, getting 2 plays and stuff like that. Like, it's not going up. I'm about to delete all 3 of those accounts, but if I do, it could be taking the content out of the world, which is what they want. It could be sitting like a hidden treasure in the vault for people to see it. It ain't about likes and views, but it's about the people that run the motherfucking world that's at play with that shit. That's pissing me off. Giving everyone all the lives and shit, all the credentials, all the polls, all the politics shit that don't motherfucking matter about nothing, hitting on nothing. I even think about that for other people, not just for myself, for other people on TikTok. They have the nerve to ban it, but it's something that they already got under wraps. And the people that's behind TikTok, the same people that was behind, what's the name, that's behind Facebook and Meta on that bullshit. Like, that shit be fucking bothering me, irking me, for real. I'd be so frustrated. I'd be hating being in this motherfucking house, and my wife work from home, so we about to venture out and get that shit straightened out, working in offices and things of that nature all this week. So I'm going to have time to implement and practice my routines and still keeping this house motherfucking clean. And this hookah, I was supposed to hookah today. Well, that was yesterday I was supposed to hookah, which I didn't in the end, in the night run. But it's Sunday, so we're expressing this energy and my status and this reputation. So if you see us live, just know that for sure. Don't be having no question trying to think I'm gonna meet up. Like, I meet up on the blue moon when it's convenient, like on the vacation type shit. Like when I could get someone, we could get someone to watch the babies type energy, but. But home life be so chaotic. This is the unveiling. This is why I'm not on here often as I used to be posting stuff like that. I don't know if anyone noticed or not, but this is the status. Like you gonna see. This is Moss. This is Ether. I'm gonna stay at home dad. I love my babies. I be getting down playing, roughhousing with them, freaking going shopping and all this other shit. That shit has fucking value. Ain't nobody giving me flowers. I give myself the motherfucking flowers. Aren't in that environment suited to receive that validation. But in my imagination, the power, the authority that I claim as a lost God, balancing out that yin and yang, Jupiter, Gemini, got questioning, expanding, and detriment. You gotta go through the experience to know. You gotta go through that experience to know if you was right or wrong for expressing or teaching that moral system. If you need to go back to learning, being just learning and doing the shadow with myself. Gotta come back to shadow work. If you're acknowledging that energy or not. For real. Because we're still in the first decan of Mercury, so we start. We're going to get to the middle decan, which is
Venus. Venus, when Jupiter gets started getting towards Venus, the things that you're pleasure and valuing, have these conversations now. So you are overthinking the fun out of the situation experience when you get into Venus and things of that nature, for real, type shit. This is my purpose and I love it. 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 This is my set my intentions for my crystals and gems, rituals and spells, and I love it. Not just for a hoarder of freaking knowledge, wisdom and experience, and fast-paced environment. People place things in your environment, in your community, because that's how it gets on the broader spectrum. Don't get off on the broad spectrum idea of, you know, what people have and value, Jupiter and Taurus, where it makes sense. And everything that makes sense right now is online. But when you have Gemini be your airhead online and offline. It'd be two-sided. So it's like that energy out there. In the underworld and the overworld. And if you ain't no cameras in the underworld. So get on your occult shit, get on that occult magic rituals, do the rituals in the dark, do the manifestation and the spells. That's what I want to see. That's what I will attract. That's why I will stop chasing. Stop chasing that cloud, stop chasing that success. It's mine, it's already been mine. I got right.
I'm going to kill myself. Take this.
Here, take this.
I don't want that. I don't smoke that. No, take that and get this baby dressed. Now.
Okay. Ooh.
Shout out Tribal for giving me the strength to do this live, because normally I have to have a whole setup, whole lights, whole key points, what I'm saying. Baby girl! Baby girl! Oh, so usual. So usual. You can't rush life. Shout out Cardinal. I was just hopping off. You have time on the rewatch. You click back.